So Leo, you're a fighter, right? Naturally. You'll go in the ring and you will become a savage and you will tear something's head off. No problem, right? But what happens when it's over and done? That's the part that you need to understand. If there was one word to help you understand the energies that are surrounding you now and lingering on out through the next transit, it would be compete. And of course, to help you understand what it is that I'm trying to tell you, Leo, I need for you to go with me on a mind trip. So you go to this huge competition, and the competition is really stiff. It's really tough, but you give it your best. You give it your all in event after event after event after event. You win. That's right, Leo. You are the champion. Now, when you get back home, you're telling everyone all about your win. I won. I did this and I did that and I had to do this and I had to do that, and you're giving them all the juicy details. You told everyone you knew, and you even told people that you didn't know. One day, you tell someone all about how you won, and then they ask you one question. So what did you win? And you stopped and you thought about it and you said, the competition. And they say, okay, well, where's the medal? And you're like, well, I didn't win a medal. And they say, well, where's the money? Well, I didn't win any money. Then why did you do all of that competing? What was the point? If you weren't going to win a prize, if there was nothing to win, then why give all of that energy, all of that effort, just to say you won? And you were puzzled. Leo, coming up during this transit, you guys are really going to be learning what's worth the fight, what's worth the argument, and what's not. Some of y'all are about to give up the fight and the competition for people and for things that have no value. You win nothing. For some of you all, you're competing to be with somebody. You want to be in their face and in their space when you see that there are other people around and they're using you as an option. You want to compete for this person, but when you win this person, are they really a prize? Some of y'all are waiting on someone to come back to you, but when they do come back to you, what are you going to win? A cheater and a liar? For some of you all, you are really fighting and competing for things, for people, for attention, for situations, for jobs that are not worth the fight. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to win anything. So the next time that competition just seems so good to be true, make sure you ask yourself, what exactly am I going to win? All right, Leo. Now look, for some of y'all, you've already reached that point where you know, okay, I'm not going to be competing over things, people, situations, making myself look crazy to be with you or to be your friend or to compete for attention and all that kind of stuff. It's like, no, unless there's some type of definitive prize, I ain't competing for it. Now, not to say things aren't worth fighting for in the long run. I just feel like for this transit right now, you're being asked to really evaluate what's worth it. Okay, is this person or are these things fighting for me? Would they fight for me like this? Would they compete for me like this? And if the answer is no, then you don't need to do, you don't need to give that energy, right? You don't need to be doing what's for somebody what they wouldn't do for you. Okay, you're going to be really asked to evaluate that during this energy. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get to the cards, the tarot, to see what specifically this means for you. Three of Wands. So we're waiting. Some of y'all, this is your energy here, waiting on some news, some information to arrive. Some of y'all are literally sitting there waiting for something to come back. You're waiting on someone to come back to see if they have changed, to see if this is your prize coming in. A lot of y'all are waiting on your prize. I invested this, I gave that, I did this, I did that. Where's my return? What's coming in? Now, for some of you all, this is good news. This is good things coming in. But for the other half of you, you're just going to be waiting for a prize that's not going to show up. Now, let us see what is crossed by. Page of Cups. So for some of y'all waiting on a page. Male or female energy, take it as it applies. You're waiting on this person to come in, and when they come back, it's the same mess. I'm waiting on my prize, and it's a little boy. It's a little girl. Some of y'all waiting on a person to come back changed and ready to do right, and it's the same mess. Okay? So we got this energy here of someone who has not grown up, someone who has not matured. Okay? We got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy here. You could be dealing with that person, waiting on that person to come back, competing for that person. But that person is not a king or queen. You're competing for someone who's not a prize, who's not a full prize. All right, let's see what's at the deep root of it. Knight of Swords. So this person came in and out. So this was like an on and off type of relationship. We're in and we're out. I'm here one day, I'm going the next. This person also may have told you the truth, the cold, bitter truth. I'm your option. You can compete for me, but I'm going to be doing this and doing that. This is like that cold truth. For some of you all, you found this out. The person would not openly just tell you, hey, hey, you're one of my options. Go compete for me. They're not going to do that. It's going to be the truth, but it's going to be hidden. And you're going to have to find that out on your own. Or you had to find that out on your own. But this is abrupt, though. It's like you wasn't necessarily expecting it. And it kind of left you in a waiting position. Like, well, is that coming back? This wants to fall out on top of it. Wow. The Moon card. Exposed. Something came to light. Okay, so for some of y'all, you didn't know. You really had to go and find this information out, that this person had other people. This is Pisces energy right here. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This person had other people. This person had you in a competition, and some of y'all, you didn't even know you was in a competition. But when you was telling people about, hey, so and so's doing this and that, I was like, is he really a prize? Is she a prize? Is this something that you really think you should be competing for? Because at the end of the day, what would you win? What's in the recent past? Justice, karmic justice, balancing of the scales. Okay, realizing what you're fighting for, if it's worth it and if it's not. Some people may have left you to go be with someone else. They may not have liked it, but if they try to come back to you, it's like half of y'all are like, no, that's okay. I realize you're just a page. I'm good. I'm moving on. I don't have time to sit here and waste with you. I'm on my king. I'm looking for my king. Or for fellas, you're looking for your queen. But this is some type of situation being worked out. Now, in traditional tarot, we like to say, oh, this is good karma working in your favor. This is karma biting the other person in the butt. But either way it goes, it's somebody realizing something through a systematic approach based on truth and evidence. Okay, y'all got y'all receipts. You know for a fact, oh, this person was with so-and-so on this date at this time and they was doing this and that. Okay, you got your receipts together. So you know for sure that you're going to make an intellectual decision based off the process of systematically evaluating your evidence and your receipts. Like I said, for some of y'all, this is going to be that, let me evaluate what the prize is exactly going to be if I deal with this person. What exactly am I going to get? Balancing that scale to see if it's worth it. Okay, what is in your headspace? See, I told you, you're thinking about a king, right? So we're waiting on this person, maybe waiting on this Page of Cups to come back, but the mindset is, I want a king, or fellas, I want a queen. Thing is, this is what we're fighting for. This is what you have been competing for, just in case you couldn't get a clear picture of the difference. You want this, but this is what you maybe have fought for, or, had your heart wrapped in before, had the good and high expectations for this type of person. Meanwhile, your mind has developed to a whole nother type or caliber of a man. So at least your head is in the right space. The problem sometimes is those doggone feelings and emotions. They'll make you compete and fight just to say you won. That's a good feeling. But this one here actually got like trophies and stuff, Yeah. Okay, let's see what is going on in the near future. What's coming up? The Hanged Man. Voluntary moments of pause. For some of y'all, let me just say this. You've been feeling anxiety because of procrastination. The quicker you hop up and do, whether it's project related, for a lot of y'all, this is just your own personal stuff that you got going on and you really need to hurry up and get it done. And the anxiety, the stress, the sleepless nights, all of that is happening because you're not getting it done. I don't know who that's for, but that was for somebody. That's a sidebar. Now, for the collective, in the near future coming up, you're going to be taking a moment to stop and reflect. Okay, you're going to voluntarily, like I said, take a moment to stop and evaluate what exactly am I winning, competing for this. Okay, you're going to become enlightened. All right, the enlightenment process can hurt. Enlightenment ain't easy sometimes. But when we're challenged to stop and really evaluate, telling ourselves the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, we realize that what we really deserve is not really what we've been getting. What we deserve is not even what we've been fighting for. We've been fighting for much less and accepting much less than we deserve. And in your headspace, you know that. You know you got something better that you can attract. Okay, and just becoming enlightened, taking that moment to stop. I'm not dating you. I'm not dating you. You want to come back? Hold on, stand right there for a minute. Nobody say nothing. Let me get this together from the core first, so I can bring this one on in. And we ain't got to worry about no more of these pages, no more of these nights, no more of this looking out and competing for stuff that ain't worth it. He's worth it. Look at that. Look at all that worth. He is worth it. All right, and this person here, I'm gonna just give you one more clue. This one would never ask you to compete. How about that? Now, in the fear space, what we have, the Judgment card. So this is working one of two ways. Either you are afraid that something that you buried a long time ago will never come back to fruition. Like, for example, the notion of having a family, having that husband or that wife, having that wedding, having all of these specific dreams, and then they're dying and they're dead and they're never revived again. That's one dream. I mean, that's one side of it. But then there is that revival. Some of y'all are afraid of this person coming back and you reviving this old dead relationship that should have been left in the dust. And so it's like one of two extremes. Let me clarify. Can you tell us why the Judgment card? This also too is not being a good judge of character, not going through the process, evaluating based on your receipts, not making good judgment calls and decisions. Let's see. Page of Cups. See, it's 3 of them in here. So that is this exact same card. The exact same card, different deck, double confirmation. Some of y'all don't want to get sucked back into this relationship because, like I said, they're going to come back as a page, but all they got is feelings and emotions. Oh, it made me feel so good. But you don't have anything. You don't have what I deserve. Let's just put it like that. We don't say they don't have nothing to offer, but they don't have what you deserve, Leo. We're working on the deserve and worthy factor now, okay? This one here is going to keep asking you to do the same thing. I'm going to keep asking you to come back as one of my options. And then I'm going to keep you in these third-party situations, okay? And some of y'all have a fear that this person's going to come back, get you all riled up, get you all in a bunch, and, and that's not the direction you're supposed to be headed. Now, what is in this how other people see you energy? Ooh, the Death card. So transition. You have gone from one state of being to the next. Okay, we got 11, karmic justice, 12, the hangman, and then 13, the transformation, the complete transformation. So it's, I realized that, I'm not going to compete for you. I'm going to take a moment to become enlightened on what it is that I will and won't accept. And then boom, I'm transforming. I will never be the same again. I'm going from one state of being to the next. Okay. That is that caterpillar going into the cocoon, changing into the butterfly. I say that all the time, but that's like one of my favorite examples when I get the Death card. Okay. You're still alive, right? But you're different. You're much different. You're a much different species now. You don't make choices and decisions that you used to anymore. Okay. People see you as transformed. Let me get another one. Can we clarify the Death card? Why do people see Leo as transformed, changing, forever changed? Whoa. Ooh, the Hierophants. Major arcana. We're talking about someone who now has some type of new contractual agreement. So this was divinely orchestrated, right? The transformation, and then boom, now you're standing before God or the head honcho who's going to give you this new contract in life. Okay, now this new contract is going to be with this person here. So it looks like some of y'all are about to meet a soulmate. You're about to meet someone who you've had a soul contract written with before y'all got into this time. But some of y'all literally finna die one death and sign up for a whole new life. These are huge two transformations. These are also contractual agreements that may manifest on earth, like you move to a new house, you sign a new lease, stuff like that, marriage licenses, things of that nature. Now let us see what you hope for, where your hopes at. Ooh, some of y'all want to get pregnant. Some of y'all want to give birth to brand new ideas. Some of y'all want to give birth to a brand new relationship. You want to do some things. I mean, everybody in this energy right now, especially if you're on the ascension process or consider yourself to be woke and all that kind of stuff, and you're really just becoming really enlightened, you're figuring out your soul gifts, your skills, your talents, the stuff that you contribute to the earth. The things that you're supposed to be doing while you're living and breathing here on this planet. And a lot of you guys are getting ready to give birth to those ideas, those dreams, those visions, those things that have been making you feel like, oh, I gotta get this out of me. I gotta get it out of me. Just like that woman when she getting ready to have that baby. Get this baby out of me. And some of y'all finna give birth to these projects, to these things that you've always wanted to give birth to. Get it out of me. And it's coming out. Now, what is the final outcome of this transit that we're talking about? The Knight of Wands. This is you right here. So first we're going to be still. Then we're going to take action. We're going to become enlightened. What do I do? What steps do I take? How do I move forward? Boom. Let's go. You see, this ends with your energy as well. So for a lot of you guys, you're coming out of one cycle, one relationship, you're evaluating, and then you're moving forward in a brand new energy with different choices, different decisions. Now let's get some oracle cards just to see how else this can play out, what you need to remove, what blockages need to be removed, or what you need to enhance, okay? Gratitude. I think Cancer got this exact same card first. Gratitude. So in the state of gratitude, we're grateful for the new people that are coming. We're grateful for the old cycles that have left out. We're grateful for the changes. We're grateful for the dreams, for the visions. We're grateful for the spiritual confirmation. We're grateful for the enlightenment. We're grateful for everything. Okay, just stay in the state of gratitude, and more things are going to come for you to be grateful about. Okay, I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. All right, what else do we get? Imagination. Okay, so use your imagination when it comes to these gifts, these skills, these talents, these things that you're supposed to be putting out there to the earth. People need you. People need your humor. They need your wild, crazy, wacky ideas, right? They need these things. And if you hoard them, we'll never have them. So it's time for you to become enlightened on what it is, how you should do this, the best way to move forward, but then go ahead and move forward. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. Once again, the Empress, she is creative. She is nurturing. She nurtures her gifts, skills, talents. Oh, I'm in the wrong deck. All right, here we go. Last one for Leo. Wow, this one wants to jump. And what did I just say? Humor. We need your humor. We need those laughs. We need those crazy, wacky ideas. This, let me tell you, says I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Okay, so after all of the competing, all of the struggle, and all of the trying to be a permanent and not an option, all of the different things that you've gone through, that you just made it through, that you're coming through now. Now it's time to laugh. Now it's time to be grateful. Now it's time to soar in your imagination and just become more light-hearted, okay? Light-hearted. We got all of this green here. This is green chakra energy. Y'all need to be focusing on the heart, the things that make your heart laugh, the things that bring your heart joy. And that's what you win after the competition. The competition, yeah, you may have thought you won something, but at the end of the day, you win you. You win growth. You win a new sense of life. You win a sense of humor. You win a better imagination. And most importantly, you win a new life that you can be grateful for because you learned those lessons regardless. You learn. I'm grateful that I no longer have to accept the page that came up twice. I know I'm worth more than that. Boom, there's the king. Okay, so that is what I get for you, Leo. Thank you guys so much for all of your likes, your subscribes, your shares. I appreciate you guys so much. If you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you need a personal reading, hit me up, waterstarvibes@gmail.com. Please take a look in the description box to see how you should list your questions, okay? Thank you guys so much once again, and I'll see you in your next video.